Good morning, good morning. Hello, hello. Today will be great pleasure give you some information concerning mineral components of ancient pottery discovered at Tell el Farkha archaeological site in Delta. There was a lot of various investigation, but I think that this mineral components, determination of components will be important for other scientists working in pottery, in petrography of pottery, etc. So one of famous and most frequent minerals present in pottery is quartz, and there are two main types of quartz. One, there are rounded grains, probably taken from Gezira, local Gezira, and second type, there are sharp grains of quartz, probably grinded big grains and added to the pottery to make this pottery better for firing. Next components, there are nodules of not well mixed clay. There is a mass of pottery, ceramic mass, and inside one can determine not well mixed fragments of local silts. You see that structure and texture of background, ceramic background, and these nodules are completely various. It's not well mixed material. Next component present in pottery, there are fragments of older pottery added specially or by the way to the ceramic mass. This is ceramic mass of vessel, and inside there are pieces of older pottery fired in reduction conditions, black, near black, with small grains of quartz, probably not composed, sealed, taken for firing as it was dug from the silts of Nile of Delta. And it's interesting presence of pyroclastic admixtures, volcanic admixtures in silts, and next one can find these pieces of volcanic ash in pottery. There is a presentation conducted by me where are described phenomenon of presence of volcanic components, probably of Mediterranean volcanoes transported by wind to the delta, and next taken together with silts when pottery was prepared. And this is example of volcanic glass called pumice, porous, and pores are filled up with secondary minerals, black most probably, ore components. And this glass is isotropic, and because of this, photos was taken without cross-nickels, without polarized light. And it's necessary to enlarge the microscopic picture. There is the scale, and one can determine, may find pieces of volcanic ash. And this is next example of volcanic ash, piece of pumice, other type, and with inclusions, gas inclusions inside, and is transported by wind to delta, and next used together with local silts for preparation of pottery. Next component is two volcanic glass of other type, is type of obsidian, so solid piece of volcano glass, isotropic, of course, because of this picture was taken without polarized light, and this is the mass of this obsidian changed into clay minerals, mostly smectite, and small inclusions of crystals of feldspars and other components present in this volcano glass. And there are examples of obsidian, volcano glass, sharp pieces without inclusions of lithic structure, solid structure with very small inclusions inside. It's typical glass between other discovered in Santorini, in volcanic magma of Santorini. And most probably part of this volcanic ashes deposited in delta and later taken for preparation of pottery were connected with volcanoes of Mediterranean Sea, most probably with Santorini. And there was many eruptions of Santorini, and for example in Tell el Austrian mission discovered big pieces of pumice, volcanic pumice, and this pumice was tested by Americans, and it was confirmed that pumice was transported from Santorini. It's connected with the volcanic eruptions, most probably with this one of biggest eruptions, 1550 BC. And next piece of, it's not sharp photos because there is mineralogical microscope and it's difficult to obtain sharp photos when it's strongly enlarged picture. And this is volcanic glass, most probably from Santorini too, which is changed secondary to the clay minerals. There are very small pieces, as you see. It's 10 micrometers. It means 0.01 millimeter, very small pieces. Volcanic ash. And next piece of volcano glass, it's difficult to say if it's from Santorini, but it's probably possible. And these light inclusions that are secondary formed clay minerals at sea conditions. At sea water, volcano glass is recrystallized, is changed to clay minerals, mostly to smectite. And this is not sharp again, sorry. This is a sharp piece of plagioclases, acidic plagioclase, group of albite, most probably. And next piece of plagioclase of volcanic origin, sharp grains transported by wind. And this is crystal of volcanic origin, and showing very special structure. Inside we have small opaque minerals, most probably ore minerals, and it's surrounded by potassium feldspar. And there are, together with these volcanic glasses of various structures, in silts of delta are present very small grains of heavy minerals. This is example of hornblende. This is amphibole, polarizing very well light. A very small piece, smaller than 10 micrometers, with classical cleavage and showing typical for amphiboles pleuroism, light green. And this is again a heavy mineral with well seen polarizing features with cleavage and so on. The grain is sharp. It was not transported by water. It was transported by wind together with volcano ash. And these pieces one can find in silts of delta, and next in pottery produced using local silts. And next piece of pyroxene. At ceramic mass, one can discover various pieces of flora, and with typical structure, with very well seen cells, etc. No, I am not a biologist, so it's difficult for me to say what kind of flora it is, but most probably it is. There are pieces of flora present in canals of Nile, formed in delta. These seeds from canals were taken for preparation of pottery. Not all pottery, but some potteries are made using canal seeds, let's say. And there are fragments of water flora from canals, but there are pieces of intentionally added pieces of plants. This is after burning was produced ash after burning of this rest of flora. It was burned and ash was added to the mess prepared for formation of vessels, production of vessels. Up to now, this technique is used. We visited one factory producing local vessels using local raw materials, and they up to now add these burning fragments of flora to ceramic mass. Together with these pieces are from time to time discovered pieces of charcoal, burned pieces of probably wood without seen structures, biological. And sometimes one can discover at ceramic masses grains of sieves, probably. I am not specialist in this direction, so it's difficult to say what type of sieves were used. But there are existing in pottery. Some of them are 5,000 years old. Fragment of skeletons at ceramic masses. One can determine fragments of skeletons of mollusks and other water organisms, suggesting that this silt, delta silt used for preparation of pottery was water sediment, where live water animals. There are pieces of skeletons of water organisms, and there is internal part of the pottery covered with dark black organic substance formed during boiling, during preparation of food in this, using this vessel. And there is next example of skeletons of most probably water organisms. It's difficult to say, but maybe mollusks, maybe not. And it's next skeleton. So it means that this document that this is next skeleton document that water organisms were mixed, by the way, with the silt used for production of the pottery. And this document that this primary originating material was taken from water conditions. Maybe these conditions were at time of deposition of silts in the past, or maybe was taken from canal, local canal, for production of vessels. It's difficult to say, maybe in future. Next piece of skeleton, water organism. So, of course, it's not all what one can discover at pottery. At pottery produced, made in delta, but in pottery produced using silts of Nile Valley, there are no volcanic material, and there are no fragments of water organism, or are very rare. In delta, it's relatively very frequent, these skeletons of organisms, and are frequent very small pieces of volcanic ash. Part is probably from Santorini, but there are other volcanoes at Mediterranean area, and probably some ashes were transported from other volcanoes. So it's interesting because it means that not all material deposited in delta is originating from valley of the Nile. Most of material is from this source, but quite a lot of material deposited in delta is from is of volcanic origin. So thank you for listening, and welcome for next meeting. Bye bye. Thank you. Ma salama.